Hello, YouTube. Haha. Okay, this is going to be our first nighttime drive talking head video here. Although you don't really see my head talking. It'll be more like a nighttime traffic view talking head. As I head out from the Melbourne Palm Bay area up towards Kennedy Space Center, where I will be working for the rest of this week. It is 8 p.m. at night, and the sun has set, so it is rather dark. Let me try to adjust the camera here a little bit. And Little Blue is having issues with the brakes. Needs new brakes. So I was supposed to have it dealt with tomorrow, but because of me having to go to work, you know, they called me the last minute today. I won't be able to get that done. So I'm just crossing my fingers that this will last at least another week. And I will try to get the brakes dealt with. I don't think I will have time to deal with it while I'm up in Kennedy Space Center area, just because of the work schedule. I have to get to work in the morning, I have to get home, you know, in the evening, and it's too late because most brake places, auto mechanics and stuff will be closed. So it has to be something I deal with either on the weekend, if I can book somebody on a weekend, but most mechanic shops may be closed on the weekend, which would leave me without any brakes. And then next week, right now they don't have anything assigned, so my plan would be next week to try to get it dealt with, you know, as far as getting the brakes fixed. I also need to try to schedule myself to get to the VA because I got to do some blood work. So I'm going to have to double check my schedule and figure all that out because it's got to be done this week. The blood work's going to be done. Figure all this out. Anyhow, I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. Some of you might have noticed that a lot of the later episodes, newer episodes that we've been doing for the YouTube, you've actually seen me spend a little bit more money. Yeah. It's not because I've won the lottery or anything. Although that would have been really nice. It's more because the channel is actually growing fairly well. It's not really self-sustaining yet right now, not as far as sustaining me as a full-time job, but it is getting to the point where it's actually generating enough revenue that if I don't, you know, stop filming, if I keep putting out the 2 or 3 videos that I've been doing every day, and if you guys keep watching them like you have been and interacting with them or whatever you've been doing, it's been helping. So the income level is going up slightly, and it's allowing me to actually reinvest some of it back into producing hopefully more entertaining or better quality videos. And by better quality, I mean I now have a $3 assistant camera holder. We're not at the point of getting a GoPro camera yet, with the handheld GoPro gimbal, with the stabilization head and the anti-gravity, whatever it is. We're not at that level yet. We're not a top-tier YouTuber who can afford all those. But at least we can afford a $3 gimbal or a $3 holder, tripod, monopod thingy that wobbles, as you've seen in the later videos. But I have been reinvesting some of the money from the videos that have come back towards purchasing either supplies or materials to produce more videos that will hopefully generate more revenue that keeps the cycle going. Now obviously, if I have to put back 100% of what I earn, then I'm not making any income at all. So the plan eventually, even though some of them aren't making that much right now, like the lottos, scratch off that I've been doing, I am going to try a couple more to see how well they do, if I actually win, or if people will increase on viewership, because I am involving viewers. I'm going to be offering prizes and stuff if I win. to the viewers who are watching and participate on that particular scratch off. So I am investing money in it right now. Most of the funding for that is coming back from the previous videos where I do the scratch offs. So that's kind of keeping itself going, although it's not earning as fast as several others. You know, like the videos that seem to do really well, as most of you know, are my cooking series. The Cooking with Denoy seems to do fairly well. And even out of those, it seems like the more expensive dishes, the more exotic dishes, tend to get a lot more views. So you may see a shift in the kind of cooking that I'll be doing, or the kind of foods that I'll be preparing. I may be starting to get a little bit more elaborate as far as the dishes, because you know, you can only make fried rice or lo mein noodles or rice with eggs or rice with pork chops so many times. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, then you know I've made those things like dozens of times. And you know, I don't know how much more different it could be when I keep making pork chops. You know, especially I've made it using the inverter cooking system, I've made it using the grill, I've made it using the mailbox rocket stove, I've made it using the portable little new short, you know, stove, I guess, pot stove or mini rocket stove. I've also cooked it using the bricks, the rocket stove that was made from cinder blocks, and also the cinder block grill. So, you know, there's only so much I can do with the same food item. So it may be time to expand our repertoire of food, our food choices, and I may start to do some more elaborate stuff. The reason I hadn't been doing the elaborate stuff previously, it has to do with budget. You know, I have to have money to buy all these things, and obviously, if I'm struggling just to make ends meet, I don't have money to get the elaborate things like I did for an episode that I just did recently with the red curry, the Thai red curry. People seem to really enjoy that. I didn't have the money to buy all those ingredients. I mean, I did, but I didn't want to put it into that because I had to use it to pay for gasoline, child support, and everything else. However, as the channel has grown pretty decently now, we're at 10,700, I think, almost 11,000 subs. That's pretty good. I appreciate all you people coming in, joining us, and subscribing and hitting the notification button so you could follow along on my adventures and play along when we do the lotto, as well as all the other stuff that we do. It's helping the channel, and I think what's really helping the channel is just that a lot of people seem, the ones that are here still, that haven't run away because they thought I was eating snake or something, have been watching the videos, pretty much the entire video, you know, which helps me a lot, because what it does is it allows, especially if you run, you know, let the ads run and stuff, it helps me generate income, which is in turn helping the channel grow, because I can buy better equipment, I can also buy better materials. So instead of just getting Dollar Tree items, which I think a lot of van dwellers really enjoy, I think every once in a while, though, people want to see me splurge and get something nice. So I'm going to be trying to do some more episodes where I use ingredients that are a little bit more on the expensive side, and basically the funding for that is coming from the cooking series. So, you know, it's kind of like each stream of playlist that I do is kind of funding itself. So I'm rediverting some of the income back into production. And the only reason this is possible where it wasn't possible before is that we are now generating pretty decent income. It's not enough to live off, but it's enough to make me able to pay child support, at least for one child every month, you know, and a little bit of the arrears. They're trying to get me to pay for both children, which I'm still going to have to fight in court. So that remains to be seen what happens there. But if they keep it at this level where I'm paying one child and a little bit of arrears, I can manage it with what I earn from YouTube. Now, I don't make enough to live off and pay the child support, so I continue to need to do the side gigs as I get them with Spherian and where else, you know, I can find out the work. So that's what's going on this front. Look forward to these videos. They should be hopefully more entertaining than previous videos, and also possibly better quality as we continue to upgrade the equipment used. I may start to do more things with tripods since people keep complaining about the quality, the poor quality of my videos. And I do believe they do kind of hurt the channel a little bit. But if you look at this channel and how it came about, you know, I wasn't one of those YouTubers who had money that started off and had a GoPro camera and a tripod and a nice van and all that. This was a channel that was put together out of necessity in an emergency type situation. When I found myself in the van, I pretty much had $3 in my pocket. And, you know, having made it this far, what made it possible was pretty much the viewers here, the viewers of this channel. Your encouragement, your wisdom. You guys have shared with me a lot of advice that have been very helpful. Those of you who are new to the channel, you may want to look back at some of the playlists, the various playlists that interest you, like the van build and everything else. But take the time to read the comments, because there is a lot of wisdom, collective wisdom in those comments. And a lot of what you see me implementing sometimes comes directly from the viewer feedback. And some viewer feedback is really good, but I can't implement it for one reason or another. So take the time to read those comments. They can be very helpful, especially if you're new to van dwelling and not quite sure what you're doing on the van build series, as well as earning money from YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information there. Make sure you take the time to read the comments and you know, get that wisdom that people have put out there for you. Now, as far as me right now, as long as I continue to work, you know, right now this week I'm only working 4 days, not 5 days, which is kind of bad. But if I can work 5 days a week and keep the YouTube up, I actually have the potential right now to try to get back on my feet and stabilize. The next thing would be to get a real job, you know, one that actually has me working about 40 hours a week with benefits and everything else. So I can actually get to the point where I can rent an apartment or something. And that would allow me to stabilize my family. But I'm honestly shocked that it's taken this long. You know, it's been 10 years since D-Day, since all this stuff happened. And I'm surprised that it's taken this long. But I think that this journey has been, for me personally, very interesting, and really has taught me a lot about humility and the kindness of strangers. You know, I would say that I'm a different person now than I was when I first started this journey with the full-time van dwelling, living in the van here, the channel. I'm a lot different in the sense that I've got to make so many new friends on this channel and learn so much from people like Doc, who is a regular viewer of this channel and shares a lot of helpful information, that van life, just for the encouragement and support, and Maggie, who is a behind-the-scenes type person, of course Charles. I know I don't mention him a lot, but Charles still continues to this day to serve as a guardian of Little Blue too, and has helped out behind the scene. He's just very, I would say, quiet about it and doesn't like a lot of publicity. So I tend to respect that and try not to make too big a deal out of it. But I do want to let him know my appreciation, you know, for everything he's done, and for everyone else who has contributed and helped out. There are several people who have signed on as patrons, even though, in truth, the patron channel hasn't really had too many interesting things, yet they remain on because they feel like helping me. So I'm grateful for those people, because they are helping me with funding for these new projects and trying to get things going. What I will do, though, for those patrons, I think I am at the point where I won't need my secret hideout. Some of you already kind of know, the patrons, a few patrons and a few special, I guess, friends of the channel already know my secret. But I'm going to leave this channel, or this episode right here, ending that the secret is about to be revealed, and it is a fairly large secret. Now, I think what I'm going to do, though, to honor the patrons, I'm going to put it on the patron channel first and make it available there without ads. And that's what I will do for my patrons who